Sir Samuel Romilly was a British legal reformer with great abilities which were thoroughly recognised by the Whig Party, and in 1806 he was offered the post of Solicitor General. He was knighted and brought into Parliament for Queenborough. In 1813 he failed to pass a law which would have abolished corruption of blood for all crimes, but in the following year he tried again and succeeded, except for treason and murder. Moreover, in 1814 he succeeded in abolishing hanging, drawing and quartering. Romilly's efforts made his reputation.
Sir Romilly lived during the Industrial Revolution, when Britain's agrarian economy transformed into the world's first industrial economy. With this evolved industrial capitalism. In particular, exploitation of the working class became common, and racialized slaves were sometimes referred to as the capital that made capitalism. They were considered private property and did not labour for a wage. Sir Romilly favoured the emancipation of African American slaves and vehemently supported the anti-slavery campaign in Britain. He gave his full support to William Wilberforce's abolition campaign, which culminated in the Abolition of Slavery Act of 1933.
Capital punishment in the United Kingdom was used since before the creation of the state in 1801 until the practice was abolished in the 20th century. Bloody code is a term used to refer to the system of crime and punishment in England in the 18th and early 19th centuries. In 1808, Romilly had the death penalty removed for pickpockets and letter offenders, starting a process of the reform that continued over the next 50 years. Sir Samuel Romilly, speaking to the House of Commons on capital punishment in 1810, declared that there is no country on the face of the earth in which there have been so many different offences according to the law to be punished with death as in England.
His anti-slave trade activities brought him into contact with William Wilberforce and Jeremy Bentham. His program for the mitigation of punishment in criminal law was based in part on the criminology of Caesar Beccaria and the utilitarian philosophy of Jeremy Bentham. Bentham's philosophy is about maximizing utility, or happiness, which of course is not possible when a person isn't free. Freedom is directly linked to capitalism, as in political context, freedom means to live in a social system based on individual rights. At 16, he began the study of Latin under a private tutor. During the same period, he familiarized himself with the masterpieces of English literature and also became interested in politics and regularly attended debates in the House of Commons. He was very motivated to become an educated man. It is no surprise that in capitalism, education is very important. Everyone has a right to be educated, and it is vital the government provides some basic education service so that workers can be qualified and contribute to economic development.
As an English legal reformer, Romilly was devoted to lessening the severity of English criminal law. Capital punishment created tensions, and the rift between poorer working classes and the wealthy elite widened. Many laws dated back to the more brutal age of Queen Elizabeth I. Unfortunately, the House of Lords vocally opposed Romilly's continued efforts at reform, and he was fighting a losing battle. Romilly became famous throughout Europe, where his work Observations on the Criminal Law of England was widely known.